If you're looking at this and you're thinking of why do you need all that stuff, you might be a minimalist, and I have the knife for you. How's it going, Blazers? Working to build that community to allow for discussion or providing specifications you can relate to so you're given an educated decision on your purchases. Before we get into this one, we do want to go into Love Them Knives. Did get a new batch of steel testing, so check out his video for that. And also, graciously, Nick Shabazz has also announced that he's going to be having a contest for smaller channels, so offer that some of the exposure for those folks. So check out the comments in that video because there's going to be some channels that maybe you didn't know about that are really great channels. And then there might be some of the ones that are your favorites. So check that video out. Check out the comments for some of those channels that are out there currently. So this one is going to be the SOG money clip. This is one that is for any minimalist out there that really just wants to be just the least amount of things possible in your pocket. This is going to hold all your money and everything else. This is not a credit card. This is my Chipotle gift card. So those are not any numbers that are of any importance. But you can actually have this one function even with everything attached to it. So if you need to cut something open, put that back in your pocket. That's the way to go for that. So this one actually is right or left hand carry. So you can actually move this over to the other side for the clip. So you could use this as a pocket clip, but it is humongous. So if you're actually going to use that as a pocket clip, you're definitely going to be rocking that branding, that saw gloves as well. But also for that, if you do switch it over, you won't be able to access the arc lock in that position when you have all your either bills or your cards attached to it. So it really, I feel, works best in that right hand tip up carry for this knife. And then that's where we're going to go into some of the hand sizing. This is a small knife, so you're going to be having it really that little, your pinky's going to be falling off for most folks. So even a woman's hand is probably going to be a little bit on the smaller side, but that's where you can check it out as far as the hand sizing. So that's one thing that you can print out. So just click on the link in the description and you can actually print that chart out. It should be to proper scale, so you can actually see in comparison to what I'm showing you on screen here to what actually is, well, how big the knife is going to be in your hand. So you can put your hand down, see where it is, and then see kind of where that knife is going as far as the steel, the blade. Well, not the blade, don't put the blade there, but the handle side. So you can see where the handle would be for your hand. So that's the one thing great about that. So we'll look at that. So for the, we'll start off with the women's hand across, and then also more so in an angled position where you're going to be actually handling the knife normally. And we also have an adult male hand across, and then also at that angle as well. So this one actually has a pretty decent steel on it. So this is a VG10 blade for this one. So that one, as far as all the specifications, so corrosion resistance is going to do fairly well. That's going to be in the upper end of the scale. And then you do have hardness. That's going to be about mid-grade for this steel. And then we'll go into kind of that wear resistance for it. And so that's going to be also about mid-grade for it as far as those scratches and everything else that you might get on it. And then edge retention is going to be one as far as the usable edge that you're going to have. How long is that going to last with you? That's going to be about mid-grade as well between all these steels that are listed on that chart. For this one, as far as opening, you're going to be having a few different ways to open it. So you do have the arc lock available. You do have, oh, if I can get it, so thumb. You can do the little middle finger flick as well. And then just the arc lock is probably the easiest and most fun to do with that. So that's the one thing that's good about it. So knife roll side, so if you are going to use it as a pocket clip, you can kind of see how big that's going to be and how it's going to carry. It is an extremely deep carry clip, so you're not going to be seeing that knife at all in pocket. This one runs from the specification about 1.3 ounces. I got 1.2, so I don't know as far as I don't have that last digit, so it might be closer to that 1.3, but I got 1.2 for it. And also for the grind on it, you can see on the chart here, or the picture, it does seem to have a secondary bevel. So I don't know, this is on loan from Mr. Blauer. So this is one that I'm not too sure if you put another edge on it, because it does seem to have that edge at the top of it. So I'll put the picture up here so you can kind of see what I'm referring to on that. And then for this one, it does have, as far as the length of the blade, 2.8 ounces, or 2.8 inches. I got 2.87 handle side of it. You can see here, I got 3.38 roughly. It cut off that 3 there, but I was a 3.38. And then we do have the factory one is about 3.4. So for a sharpness test, since it is a used knife, I didn't run it through the sharpness test on it, but I normally do that for some new blades out of the box. This one does run quite high, so it does have the carbon fiber. It is one that's probably a limited run, so this isn't going to be one that they're selling thousands of them. So that's probably why that price is a little bit higher for this knife. So MSRP $134, and then Blade HQ is $99.95. That's about average for some of the other ones as well, but that's the pricing that I pulled for that. So this one, as far as a buy, borrow, or avoid, unless you're running into that, as far as that minimalist characteristic, or this is going to be something that you're only going to be wanting to carry with that money and everything else, I would avoid it, because just for that price point, I just don't think that you're going to be getting the value that you could get out of some other knives out there. It is interesting. It is kind of cool to look at, kind of cool to check out. And also, I think you can actually front flip this too, so maybe. Oh, kind of, sort of. But you can kind of do that with that. But it is kind of that avoid characteristic. It's kind of a cool little thing. If you want to pick it up, if you have one on secondary market for really inexpensive, or if you just love it and you just collect SOGs, then this would be a good one to add to that. But for me, not one that I would pick up or I would recommend to anybody out of the bat. But we're going to look at some of the other ones as far as sizing, so you can kind of, we went to the hand size and everything else, but we'll kind of see if what knives that you have, what this would look like. So one of my small knives, so this is the Tuya SNS. Then we do have Fault Line, Kershaw, and then full-size Griptilian, then Copper Natrix, that will be going out soon, Delica, then we do have the Rat 2, then the Mini Griptilian, then Leak, and then this one is from Bastion, the Falcon. So that's the different comparisons for that. So check it out, check out the comments, check out those other videos that I referred to at the beginning of this video, and leave some comments down below as far as what you think, and thanks for your time.